Roman Reigns shares a backstage update from WWE Raw on Netflix. Jacob Fatu ruins Roman Reigns' plans to win the Royal Rumble. Gunther must lose his title. Ex-WWE superstar Odyssey Jones accused of abuse by his former partner. Logan Paul breaks character to send a message to Paul Heyman. The Rock shares heartbreaking update amid WWE absence. Jey Uso makes major WWE predictions for 2025. Let's dive right in. Jacob Fatu ruins Roman Reigns' plans to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, through the Bloodline's wiseman Paul Heyman, announced during the January 10th episode of SmackDown that he will be joining this year's Royal Rumble match. The Tribal Chief is laser-focused on reclaiming his former glory, including the undisputed WWE Championship. While the WWE Universe was elated with the declaration, it has put the main roster on notice since they too are eyeing that shot at the championship gold. With the numerous superstars that he crushed during his reign as champion, it is expected that they will do everything they can to thwart his ambition of reaching the summit once again. Here are just some of the superstars who might make that move. Number 1. Solo Sikoa. The recent tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa ended with the former emerging as the victor. As per the stipulation, the latter, whether he likes it or not, will have to acknowledge Reigns as his true tribal chief. He hasn't been seen since his loss, though he is scheduled to return on Friday on SmackDown and likely announce his participation at this year's Royal Rumble. His absence on the January 10th episode of the Blue Brand could be a sign that he is up to something and could be directed towards Reigns. If such a plan is proven to be true, he will pretty much put it in play during the eponymous match. Number 2. Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa's enforcer, Jacob Fatu, could also be scheming against Roman Reigns, considering their previous encounters. It is believed that Fatu is a key figure that could prevent the Bloodline spearhead from winning this year's Royal Rumble match. Fatu is as ferocious as he can get, and Reigns already had a taste of what it's like to be on the receiving end of Fatu's ferocity. Provided that he is confirmed for this year's Royal Rumble, the OTC should keep an eye on him during the 30-man Battle Royale. Number 3. CM Punk. CM Punk and Roman Reigns have had some run-ins in the past. Years have gone by, and the animosity between them is still there. This was evident before and during last year's Survivor Series, War Games, when the two superstars teamed up to fight Solo Sikoa's Bloodline alongside Bronson Reed. Further, Punk already made known his intention of becoming world champion again, making him a major threat to Reigns' return to glory. This after he called out both Cody Rhodes and Gunther after his match against Seth Rollins at the WWE Raw Netflix premiere last January 6th. Number 4. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior. Drew McIntyre has been feuding with several top WWE superstars as of late, with one of the most recent being CM Punk. However, it is with Roman Reigns that he still has the most score to settle. One of the prime reasons why McIntyre is so livid with Reigns is because during their match for the undisputed WWE Championship at 2022's Clash at the Castle PLE, McIntyre was close to emerging victorious when Solo Sikoa interfered, costing him the match and the title. McIntyre sees next month's Royal Rumble as the perfect opportunity to return the favor to Reigns and crush his dreams of becoming world champion again. Number 5. John Cena. 2025 is John Cena's final year of wrestling, and he has promised to make the most out of it before finally hanging up his boots. Like CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, he too announced his participation in the upcoming Royal Rumble and aims to win it for the opportunity of a record-breaking 17th World Championship. The GO8 has already highlighted that he has no intentions of winning another championship, but things could change. Whether he pushes through with it or not, his presence during this year's Royal Rumble will certainly affect Roman Reigns' chances of recapturing a world title. Gunther must lose his title. Gunther seems set to carry the World Heavyweight Championship into WWE WrestleMania 41. However, a loss for the ring general before the show of shows could cause a ripple effect in the company. After Seth Rollins and Damian Priest, Gunther has done a fine job at elevating the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship. Meanwhile, many other top stars have done great work on Raw and could be in for a title run soon. WWE fans could see the ring general lose the gold before WrestleMania 41 to change the company's landscape. It could result in many big storylines that could make the show more entertaining. Number 1, the Royal Rumble winner could target the World Heavyweight Champion. Several WWE stars hope to win the 2025 Royal Rumble and challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. On the other hand, Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship looks more appealing to some big names. Roman Reigns has already made it clear that he wants to win the Rumble match and challenge Rhodes. CM Punk also name-dropped the American Nightmare after his big win over Seth Rollins on Raw on Netflix. However, the Royal Rumble winner's focus could turn to the WHC if someone other than Gunther holds it till WrestleMania. A bigger name such as Seth Rollins, CM Punk, or Drew McIntyre could make the world title match more exciting. Number 2. Gunther can fight Goldberg at WWE WrestleMania 41. One of the biggest rumored matches for the grandest stage of them all this year includes a bout between Gunther and Goldberg. Triple H already did well to plant the seeds for their rivalry last year, and it'll be interesting to see if they test each other out in the ring soon. Losing the World Heavyweight Championship could allow the ring general to face the veteran in a non-title match. A contest between the two men without a title on the line would make sense. Goldberg is past his prime, and he could simply pass the torch to the ring general in their encounter. A non-title match would allow 2 or more other stars to compete for the World Heavyweight Championship on the show. Number 3. CM Punk could headline WrestleMania if he wins the title. WWE has already tested out Gunther and CM Punk against each other in the ring during recent live shows. The two men could get into a rivalry for the World Heavyweight title soon. Punk has already announced himself for the 30-man Royal Rumble match. He could fail to win the match, but still get into a rivalry with the ring general owing to his star power. The best in the world could defeat Gunther for the title and walk into WrestleMania 41 as the World Heavyweight Champion. It could also fulfill his dream of main eventing the show of shows. CM Punk could do better as the WHC at Mania, given his star power and popularity. He could have a great match against someone like Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins for the championship. Number 4. Roman Reigns and CM Punk could have a World Heavyweight Championship match. CM Punk could become the World Heavyweight Champion if Gunther loses the title before WrestleMania 41. That could open up a world of possibilities for Roman Reigns. The OTC announced his entry into the 30-man Royal Rumble match through Paul Heyman. Reigns has his sights set on Cody Rhodes and his undisputed WWE Championship. However, Roman Reigns' plans could change if CM Punk wins the World Heavyweight title. The OTC could decide to challenge the best in the world instead. The angle would work extremely well, especially since both men are huge draws. They could have a match headlining the show to elevate the value of the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk's favor from Heyman could come into play during the contest, allowing him to retain the title on the big stage. Ex-WWE superstar Odyssey Jones accused of abuse by his former partner. Former WWE superstar Odyssey Jones is facing serious allegations from his ex-partner involving physical abuse. This comes after he was released from the company following interesting circumstances. According to a police report obtained by Post Wrestling and Brandon Thurston, Odyssey Jones's ex-partner has accused him of assault during an incident in May 2024. This is not the update that Jones wanted to make it out into the pro wrestling world. The report alleges that Odyssey Jones became enraged after discovering text messages between his ex-partner and another man. His ex-partner claims he threw objects and physically slammed her to the ground on 2 occasions. She provided photos of bruises on her shoulders and legs, which she alleges were caused during the altercation. Odyssey Jones has denied the allegations. He acknowledged being upset and throwing things, but insists nothing was directed at her and denies any physical violence. These are the claims I'm facing. They are false, and as said prior, I will be taking legal action against said party. More information will come during our court hearings. Despite Odyssey Jones's denial of these accusations, the police report recommended filing a battery charge against him. The case is under review by the Orange County State Attorney's Office, and no charges have been filed yet. The ex-partner of Odyssey Jones also alleges further abusive behavior during a Caribbean cruise following the May incident. She claims Jones threatened to break their phones, pressured her to go on the trip, and assaulted her during the cruise, causing bruises and a concussion. She alleges he threw her phone into the sea and physically restrained her as well. In response, Odyssey Jones claims he filed a report with the Maitland Police Department, but the department reportedly stated there is no record of this. His ex-partner denies his claims, stating that the order of protection he received was based on misinformation and lacked evidence. His ex-partner also alleges WWE investigated the claims, which led to Jones's contract being terminated in September 2024. She thanked WWE for taking the allegations seriously. He begged me to forgive him every time, the ex-partner told Post Wrestling. It's like 2 people live in one body. He put me through so much mental anguish. No one knows what happens behind closed doors. Odyssey Jones has publicly denied the allegations again on Twitter and announced plans to take legal action against his ex-partner. We will have to see what is next in this situation. There could be a lot more to unpack whenever more information makes it out. Logan Paul breaks character to send a message to Paul Heyman. Logan Paul sent a 4-word message to Paul Heyman after his appearance on the Impulsive podcast. The Maverick broke character to praise the OG Bloodline member. Paul has quite a history with Heyman and the OG Bloodline. At the 2022 Crown Jewel Premium Live event, he unsuccessfully challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. On Instagram, Paul reacted to his and Mike Majlak's photo with Heyman. The former WWE United States champion sent a 4-word message. "Great guy, very wise," wrote Paul. Paul's latest WWE appearance was on the Raw on Netflix premiere. He was sitting at ringside and wasn't involved in any sort of altercation with a fellow WWE superstar. Paul Heyman refused to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief amid Roman Reigns' absence from WWE television soon after WrestleMania 40. Speaking on the Impulsive podcast, Heyman recalled being powerbombed through the announcer's table by Sikoa and his stablemate. He said, "If he, Solo Sikoa, just spiked me, and then Jacob Fatu splashed me, that's everybody. But taking somebody who is obviously pushing 60 and out of shape like I am, taking someone who shouldn't go through that table, and violently putting me through that table, and those guys knew I want to go, this has to be violent. This has to be shocking. You gotta sit there and go, someone is gonna save him, right? It's what the story calls for." The Rock shares heartbreaking update amid WWE absence. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently took to social media to share a heartbreaking personal update amid his absence from WWE. The Final Boss last appeared on Raw's Netflix debut in the Stamford-based promotion. The Brahma Bull made his electrifying return to WWE during the January 6th, 2025 episode of The Red Brand. The Great One cut a promo where he talked about the company's big move to Netflix and broke his character by acknowledging Cody Rhodes' work for the business before heading backstage. He again appeared on TV to crown Roman Reigns with the Ula Fala after the OG Bloodline leader defeated Solo Sikoa. However, since then, the Final Boss has not been seen on either SmackDown or Raw. Amid his absence from WWE television, The Rock recently posted a heartbreaking update on Instagram, reacting to the LA wildfires. In his post, the People's Champion thanked everyone around the world for their support. The Brahma Bull also mentioned that it was heartbreaking to see so many families affected by the wildfires, but he was grateful for the firefighters who worked tirelessly during the emergencies. "Thank you around the world for the positive energy and positive support. Hundreds of thousands of good people and loving families who've been affected by these devastating wildfires. So many lost everything. Heartbreaking to see. But the resilience of the people of Los Angeles is already beginning to shine through. To all our first responders with boots on the ground and eyes in the sky, our gratitude is boundless. Brothers and sisters, thank you for tirelessly and relentlessly fighting 24/7 to hold the line. I look forward to one day thanking you in person and shaking your hands, DJ," he wrote. During a recent edition of the Not Some Wrestling podcast, WWE personality Sam Roberts speculated that fans might not see The Rock on television for a while, and that he could even miss WrestleMania 41. "My speculation is now that we're not going to see The Rock at all, but it's all wild speculation at this point," stated Sam Roberts. Jey Uso makes major WWE predictions for 2025. WWE and the Anoa'i family are synonymous. The world of pro wrestling has been dominated by members of the legendary tribe in every era, from the Wild Samoans to The Rock and now the Bloodline, among others. Jey Uso has just revealed a goal of stepping outside the family while pitching a major WWE championship for this year. Main event, Jey split from Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso in mid-2023, then ended up on Raw for a singles run. While the OG Bloodline is back on good terms today, Jey remains focused on winning singles gold in World Wrestling Entertainment. He recently had his first singles championship reign, as held the Intercontinental Championship for 27 days last year. The 39-year-old will challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event on January 25th. Uso is hoping to secure a main event spot at WrestleMania 41 by dethroning the Ring General at SNME, a 9-time tag team champion with brother Jimmy as the Usos. Jey recently spoke with Netflix and briefly explained his bloodline while declaring a goal of making his name. "I'm a second-generation wrestler. I'm the son of Rikishi. I come from a long line of talented wrestlers. The Rock, Umaga, the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna. We've been in the game. In my eyes, my family helped build WWE to what it is today. I'm just trying to make my own footprint in the sand," Jey Uso said. Uso continued and revealed how surprised he was at his 2024 success. The Anoa'i family member then declared his goal of becoming a world champion this year. "2024 was an awesome year for me. I ain't ever think I'd reach heights the way I did last year. But now, I'm going after the world championship. I see that in my vision. I can be a WWE champion. Let's show it in 2025, Jey Uso said. WWE has also announced that the Intercontinental Championship will be defended later this month at SNME 38. The title match will see Braun Breaker put the strap on the line against Sheamus. World Wrestling Entertainment is just weeks away from presenting its 38th annual Royal Rumble event. The PLE will air live from Lucas Oil Stadium on Saturday, February 1st. Jey Uso has announced that he will enter his third 30-man Royal Rumble match next month. He joins cousin Roman Reigns, CM Punk, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and LA Knight as confirmed entrants for the Men's Royal Rumble. WWE has just one female superstar confirmed for the 30-woman Royal Rumble match as of this writing. Nia Jax announced on this week's Raw that she will enter the Women's Royal Rumble in hopes of making it to WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns shares a backstage update from WWE Raw on Netflix. The WWE Universe is still buzzing over the Raw Netflix premiere, and Week 2 is already in the books. Roman Reigns survived tribal combat in Los Angeles that night, and now it's apparent that the Anoa'i family member began his road to WrestleMania 41 with the win. Reigns is now sharing a look backstage with fans. The original tribal chief conquered cousin Solo Sikoa to cement his position as the undisputed tribal chief on the first ever Raw on Netflix episode. The tribal combat bout went more than 21 minutes and allowed Reigns to take possession of the Ula Fala. There was interference from Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes. After the chaotic fight, Paul Heyman prepared to present Roman with the Ula Fala, but The Rock hit the ring and did the honor instead. Then fans chanted OTC before the two shook hands to cheers and boos. The wise man and his 39-year-old client can be seen in new behind-the-scenes photos from Reigns on X. Reigns tagged Heyman and Netflix, then captioned the post with a nod to the bloodline. BTS, finger pointing up. Netflix Heyman hustle WWE Raw, Roman Reigns wrote. The head of the table wrestled at Raw in what was his first singles outing since the loss to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. He returned at Bad Blood in October, joining Rhodes to defeat Sikoa and Fatu. The following month at Crown Jewel, Roman and the Usos were defeated by Solo, Jacob, and Tama. Reigns then led the OG bloodline to a win over the new bloodline inside War Games at Survivor Series. Roman Reigns kicked off 2025 with a big tribal combat win on the Raw Netflix premiere, and now he's headed into WrestleMania 41 season. Despite the red brand return, Reigns remains a member of SmackDown. The head of the table has been confirmed for the 30-man Royal Rumble match on February 1st. Paul Heyman officially declared his client for the match during last week's SmackDown. It remains to be seen if Reigns will appear on events before then, such as Saturday night's main event just 1 week prior. WWE's 38th annual Royal Rumble will be Roman's 7th appearance in the men's match. His first was in 2014, and later worked the match in 2017, 2018, and 2020. The 2015 match saw Roman get the win, but in 2016, his World Heavyweight Championship was on the line and captured by Triple H.